शिव गौरी मनोहर गंगाधरा
शिव गौरी मनोहर गंगाधरा
हर गौरी मनोहर गंगाधरा
हर गौरी मनोहर गंगाधरा
नटन कलाधरा नटन मनोहरा
नटन कलाधरा नटन मनोहरा
मुनि जन वंदित गंगाधरा
जन वंदित गंगाधरा
गंगाधरा हर गंगाधरा
गंगाधरा हर गंगाधरा
शिव गौरी मनोहर गंगाधरा
शिव गौरी मनोहर गंगाधरा
हर गौरी मनोहर गंगाधरा
हर गौरी मनोहर गंगाधरा
गंगाधर गंगाधर हर हर 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 गंगाधरा
शिव गौरी मनोहर गंगाधरा
शिव गौरी मनोहर गंगाधरा
हर गौरी मनोहर गंगाधरा
हर गौरी मनोहर गंगाधरा
नटन कलाधरा नटन मनोहरा
नटन कलाधरा नटन मनोहरा
मुनि जन वंदित गंगाधरा
जन वंदित गंगाधरा
मुनि जन वंदित गंगाधरा
जन वंदित गंगाधरा
मुनि जन वंदित गंगाधरा
जन वंदित गंगाधरा
भव भय हरणा वंदित चरणा
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 जय राधा जय माधवा पाहि
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 मंगल चरणा कलिमल दर्शना
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। We read from the verse number 4. There it is. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina matsthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavasthitah न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः। Here Lord Krishna is explaining how he is one without a second. All there is Isvara. That is a theme that we find in Vedanta and here in Bhagavad Gita also. In all these, the way in which the creation is described, Lord Krishna is saying that all there is myself. And what is the concept of Isvara that we have? If all there is Isvara, that means that Isvara pervades everything. At the same time, he transcends everything. The immanent or all-pervading reality also is Isvara. At the same time, he transcends everything. All-pervading means that nothing is apart from Isvara, just as no part is apart from clay. So also Isvara, Bhagavan is the upadana karanam, material cause, just as clay is for pots and pans. That means that we are all made, the material. What it simply amounts to saying is that the material of which we are all made. And that includes not only the living sentient beings, But the lifeless, insentient entities also, whatever there is in the universe, is pervaded by Isvara. Isvara is the very material cause, the material from which everything is made. Swami, you are trying to tell us that this table is made of Isvara? And the chairs? And the walls and ceiling and you and I? The living, non-living, sentient, insentient, what that is all made of Isvara? Our concept of Isvara is that he is up in the heaven, sitting there and controlling the universe. The usual idea of Bhagavan Isvara is that he sits apart from the universe and controls. Vedanta teaches that he is apart from the universe, but the universe is not apart from him. This is a very interesting equation that we should understand. To repeat Puja Swamiji's equation, B is equal to A is not equal to B. In that, A stands for actor, B stands for the beggar. An actor has put on a costume of a beggar on the stage. So who is that entity on the stage? He is a beggar, but is he a beggar independently? No, not independent of the actor. So what is the relationship between the actor and the beggar? B is equal to A, meaning that the beggar is not apart from actor, but A is not equal to B, meaning that the actor is independent of the beggar. Meaning that even if the beggar is not the actor, may take any number of costumes, may put on any number of costumes and appear in any number of roles. In all the roles, one entity that is abiding, that is constant, is the actor. May come as a beggar, as a king, as a minister, in various roles it may come. He may come. That the beggar or the king or the minister is not apart from the actor because they do not enjoy an independent existence. They cannot be without the actor. Take away the actor, there is no beggar. But take away the beggar, will there be actor or not? Take away the actor, there will be no beggar. Take away the beggar, would the actor still remain or not? He will remain. Because all these beggar, etc., all of these are, in the Vedantic words, are nothing but the superimpositions upon actor, projections upon actor appearing as a beggar, a king, etc. So similarly also Isvara appears as the whole world. You can say that he has as though assumed the costume of the whole universe. And he appears as the whole universe. He has simultaneously assumed countless roles. Every entity, every name and form is nothing but Isvara manifest in that form. Isvara manifest in this form, in that form, in every other form. Isvara as though taken countless roles, put on countless costumes. And costumes do not in any way change the one who puts on the costume. Meaning that in spite of all these costumes, in spite of all these appearance, he remains unaffected, ever the same, ever free, ever limitless. Thus, this is the primary theme of Vedanta. And Puja Swami is very fond of saying, all there is Isvara. That is what these verses are explaining to us. That I pervade everything, at the same time, I transcend everything. That yes, I am in everything, but I am not limited by anything. When you say that Isvara is my Atma, and that he is the material cause, the cause of which I am made, but then Swamiji, you are born and you are growing old and then you will die, all these changes happen in you. If you are Isvara, does it mean that Isvara also was born, he is also growing old, will also die, he also undergoes all the changes or modifications? Does it what it means? So Vedantin wants to say that what is Isvara? In that case it would mean that he undergoes all the changes. So he also undergoes the process of birth and growth and death, and that means that he is constantly undergoing change, the pleasure and pain. In that case he becomes a great samsari. So, Vedanta wants to explain to us that, yes, he is appearing as all of these names and forms, but they are all his costumes, meaning that he does not undergo any pleasure or pain, any changes. All changes take place in the costumes. Just as an actor is begging on the stage doesn't mean that that actor has become a beggar. So the whole universe is appearance of Isvara. Isvara appearing as the whole universe, appearing as you and I. An appearance does not bring about any change. The example that the Vedantins give to us to explain this is the example of our dream experience. In the dream also, a whole dream universe is created. And dream is nothing but creation of our own mind, although at that time we do not know that what I am experiencing is my own projection. When I am dreaming, I think that the dream world in front of me is real. And there in the dream, I experience real pleasure and pain, happiness, unhappiness, success, failure. Same samsara I experience as though in the dream also. So only when I wake up that I realize that, hey, that was not real. But the whole dream world emerged from me, was sustained by me, and when I wake up, it all merged back into me. So dream world was not separate from me. But this truth I did not know when I was dreaming, and I thought that, in fact, I experienced same pleasure and pain, happiness, unhappiness in dream. Just because we experience happiness and unhappiness doesn't mean there has to be reason for that. Just because we experience the world in front of us doesn't mean it has to be there. Vedantins explain to us that if this is understood by us, when I was experiencing dream, for me, that world was real endeavor. Whatever I went through had a real impact upon me. The dream also I felt success and failure and pleasure and pain and sorrow, etc. in experience that. When I wake up, then I realize that it was a projection of my own mind. And so also the waking world I constantly experience honor, dishonor, success, failure, pleasure, pain, all these what they call dvandva, the pairs of opposites I constantly experience. gain and loss, success and failure, honor and dishonor, pleasure and pain. For me, they are real. But if I look at the dream experience, I realize that what appeared to be real was not real. And so, what is nothing but the whole appearance of Isvara. That is why the universe is said to be like the creation of Maya. Isvara is as though thrown a whole net of Maya to create this universe. And even though we experience many, all there is just one. That you are that Isvara, I am that Isvara, in that costume, in this costume, in various costumes. I can't believe, Swamiji. You're trying to tell me that I'm Isvara, I'm Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, who am I? Swami, does it mean I can create the world? I can do whatever I want to do? No. Ishvara's upadhi is different from this upadhi, therefore there are all limitations of this upadhi. So what I can do is very limited on account of upadhi. But essential nature of Ishvara is the essential nature of this individual also. Nachamam natamastani bhutani pashyami yogameshwaram bhutapurud nacha bhutastha mamatma bhutabhavanaha. I am the creator, I am the sustainer, I am the dissolver. And still, I remain totally unaffected by everything. So, Lord Krishna further describes how all the beings are in me at the time of sustenance, how all beings are me at the time of creation, how all beings are me at the time of dissolution, creation, sustenance, dissolution. Srushti, Sthiti, Laya. The universe goes through these three states. Srishti, creation. Sthiti, sustenance. Laya, dissolution. That is what every entity goes through. The pot is created from clay, is sustained, and again when it breaks, merges back. But at no time is this pot ever separate from clay, and so also important thing is that what appears as pot is nothing but clay. And so also this verse says that everything has emerged from Isvara, everything sustained by Isvara, everything merges back into Isvara. Therefore, what is nothing but Isvara. But when can we see this pot as clay? It is clay, Swami, I can see that. But for me to see this entity as clay, I should be able to let go my preoccupation with name and form and recognize that the entity that is here is clay and name and form incidental. What is in my hand is a pot in which the clay is essential. This pot cannot be without the clay, but that it has a certain name and form is incidental. Name and form could be anything. And this pot falls from my hand, the name and form will change. Similarly, in this universe, in all of us, there is an essential and there is an incidental. Just as in this pot, there is an essential that is called clay, incidental called the part, a name and form. And so also in all of us there is something essential and something incidental. Essential which is always there, incidental which is there now and then. Incidental gets created, sustained, dissolved, created, sustained, dissolved. Just there is this part also, the clay is not created or dissolved. Clay remains the basis upon which the pot is created, sustained, dissolved. So clay is the platform upon which the creation, sustenance, dissolution of pot. That drama goes on. So also in our life the drama of the creation, sustenance, dissolution goes on upon the platform which is Isvara. Why are we saying all of this? What is so how does it help me? How does it solve my problems? You are saying all of this. What relevance does this have in my life? Do you realize that I go through a variety of situations in my day-to-day life? Sometimes things are favorable, sometimes unfavorable, sometimes honor, sometimes dishonor, sometimes success, sometimes failure. Life is tough. In all these Dvandva pairs, we get worn out as though, because if all the time there was pain, we can get used to it. All the time pleasure, it will be fine. But pleasure, pain. Some of you who may have gone through engineering courses may know in metallurgy, the metal is subjected to these various temperatures, up and down, or stress is up and down, to see its resilience, etc. And so in life also, Swami, constant changes. Now favorable, unfavorable, success, failure, pleasant, painful. In all of these, there is something essential that does not change. Lord Krishna wants to point that out to us. That yes, we don't deny that there are changes in life. Yes, there is success and failure in life, we don't deny it. There is honor and dishonor, there is pleasure and pain, success and failure. But when all these changes are going on, you must also remember that there is something that does not change. When it is part, that there is creation, sustenance, the break, all these changes do take place, but there is something that does not change, namely the clay. In our life also, the circumstances change. The experiences change. And we react to various circumstances. But Lord Krishna says that look, that you are reacting to something at the level of name and form, forgetting that there is something more basic than names and form, which is ever the same. In you also there is something changing and something that does not change. It is true that ego keeps on changing, pleasant, painful, etc. But there is something that doesn't change. Who is that? That is Isvara. Asti bhati priyam. All this teaching is meant to be practical teaching, meant to help us deal with the various situations in life. If we can withdraw ourselves from this various changes and modifications and create a distance with them, and recognize an unchanging basis where we really are, then you find the changes are all there, but still there is something I that does not change. That yes, there is pleasure, pain, there is this, that's coming and going. But all of these also, there is something that does not change, does not vary. And that is my nature. That is truth about me. So now in the verse number 7, Lord Krishna describes how at the time of dissolution everything merges into me. It all emerged from me. It's all sustained by me. This is what we were told in the earlier verses. The verse number 7 now, we are told how everything merges into me. Then the clay telling us as to how all the parts and pans emerge from me, how all the parts and pans sustain in me, ultimately how parts and pans merge back into me. So what's the point in telling us that? What is the point in telling that these parts and pans, all of these have emerged from clay? They're all sustained by clay. They all merge back into clay. What is the point in saying that when all the changes of creation, sustenance, dissolution, all of them are going on, there is something that does not change. What is essential does not change. What is incidental keeps changing. What is essential does not change. In the second chapter, Lord Krishna said, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhirastatra namukhyati. This Dehi, just as the one, the indweller of this body, kaumaram yauvanam jara, the state, kaumaram, childhood, yauvanam, youthfulness, jara, old age. There's a Dehi. To this word Deha, a suffix in suffix is applied. That's how the word Dehin becomes, Then what Dehin means what? One who possesses Deha is called Dehin. And then it derived, then declined as Dehi, Dehino, Dehina, etc. So you and I are Dehis who possess this Deha. I am Dehi, not Deha, I am Gruhi. Gruhi means what? One who dwells in Gruha or the home, and naturally is different from Gruha. I am Gruhi means one who is indweller of the Gruha or the home, different from Gruha. I am Dehi, the indweller of the Deha, different from Deha. So Lord Krishna says, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. Just as for the indweller of this body, kaumaram, the state of childhood, yauvanam, the state of youthfulness, jara, the state of old age. When these changes are taking place, childhood, youth, old age, there is someone who is aware of them. I am an old person, I remember when I was a child, I remember those incidents and the experiences when I had when I was a child. I remember experiences when I was a young person. I remember experience when I was a middle-aged person. And of course I know experience when I'm an old person. Nobody likes to admit that I'm an old person, but to give you an example, Dehinosmin yasade kaumaram yauvanam jara. When somebody says that I was a child, I was a youth, who can say I'm an old man? Tatha dehantara prapti. But then all these changes, but there was someone who was aware of the childhood, aware of the youth, aware of the old age. Is it not that the one is aware is different from what he is aware of? One who says I am a child and then he said I am a youth and then he is saying that I am old. Naturally, the one who is saying I was child, I was youth, I am old, is different from a child and youth and old, is it not so? Tathadihantara prapti. Similarly also there will be a transmigration from one body to the other, the same process. We call it transmigration when we leave this body and enter other body. But constantly because the body changes. The body that I had as a young man was not the body that I had as a child. Is it not that I gave the child's body and entered the youth body? And give up the youth body, enter the middle-aged body, give up that one, enter the old body, give up that one, enter the new body. Tatha dehantara prapti dhiras tatra mui. The dhira, the wise person sees this fact. Namukhyati, therefore doesn't get deluded. Doesn't feel that I am doing this, that I am the witness of the childhood, I am the witness of the youth, witness of the middle age, witness of old age, witness of even transmigration. Dhiras tatra mukhyati. All along Vedantins want to point out to us that look, in you there is something that does not change, something that is sustained, something that changes. Here Lord Krishna talks about the whole universe. Sarvabhutani kaunteya prakritim yanti mamikam. He kaunteya sarvabhutani mamikam prakritim yanti. Kalpakshay. Kalpakshay means at the end of kalpa, end of the cycle of creation. So as you can see, we have the concept of a cyclical creation. Creation, sustenance, dissolution, creation, sustenance, dissolution. And the length for which this process goes on between creation and dissolution is sustenance. This is called kalpa. So what is the duration or lifespan of this whole universe is called kalpa. From creation to dissolution. Creation, sustenance, dissolution, creation, sustenance, dissolution. The reason why this is being described in this manner is, if you can see the whole picture like this, if we can even create distance ourselves and the whole universe and see that, hey, this is what is going on, who am I in all of this, and what is my life of 50 years, 100 years, etc. I'm so preoccupied and so much engrossed in this that I lose the whole picture of the whole thing. Sarvabhutani kaunteya prakritim yanti mamikam kalpakshay. He kaunteya kalpakshay, at the end of the cycle of creation. That's called kalpa. Sarvabhutani mamikam prakritim yanti. All the beings, they all merge into my prakriti. Kalpado visrujami aham. And when next cycle of creation comes, again I bring them into manifestation. Understand that nothing new is created and nothing really gets destroyed. Vedanta says that no new entity is created. Same, just as we have every day the cycle of the waking and dream and deep sleep. One who goes to deep sleep alone wakes up next morning, again goes to sleep, again wakes up. Similarly, the whole universe wakes up. That's called creation. The universe goes to sleep. That's called dissolution. Wakes up, goes to sleep. Wakes up, goes to sleep. This whole picture is provided to us so that we can identify with the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is that the whole universe goes through this creation, sustenance, dissolution. And so I was created, sustained, dissolved, created, sustained, dissolved. How much preoccupied I am with this one little body that everything, that's all become everything for me. Hey, these so many bodies came and went, it goes on and on. There is a verse in Sanskrit which says that when this fellow bought this land, the land is laughing at him. He says, do you know that you are 1500th owner of this? I am the same. The owners come and go. Similarly also, so we are given a bigger picture here. It may be an interesting thing sometimes to stand apart from our life, with which we are so preoccupied that every small thing in life becomes so big for me because I am so identified and so preoccupied. Therefore, Lord Krishna gives us a larger picture. This goes on and on and on and on. Here, Arjuna, this is going on from time beginningless. Kalpakshe. Kalpa is, I don't know, it is how many 10 days to how many zeros are there. The Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. Then Dwapara Yuga is twice that. Treta Yuga is 3 times that. Satya Yuga is 4 times that. And so 1 Chatur Yuga is 4.32 million years. 1000 Chatur Yuga is 4.32 billion years. And that is the day and then that is the night. Therefore, 8.64 billion years is the 124-hour day of Brahmaji. And what is Brahmaji's lifespan? 100 years. He is 100 years. So you can calculate in your spare time. That is the kind of scale that we are talking about. Here Lord Krishna suggests that at least for a moment you stand apart from this life and see the whole picture. How many times I had this thing and I gave it up and again have it and gave it up. We do it every day. When you go to sleep, when you go in the dream, is it not that you leave the whole waking world here, don't you? We don't take anything from here to the dream world. We are great sannyasis, renunciates. We just let go. In dream we create our own world and experience again the pleasure and just let it go and go to sleep. if you look at this daily routine also, as to how we are every day renouncing, acquiring and renouncing and acquiring. In the dream, I have nothing that is in the waking state. When I go to sleep, I don't even anything that was in the dream. Why am I so preoccupied only with the waking state and judging my whole life only from the waking state? I should take into account the entire cycle, is it not so? So that's one day. Imagine the universe also wakes up and then stays alive, stays way awake, and then again goes to sleep, again wakes up, stays awake, goes to sleep. That's the universal cycle: creation, sustenance, dissolution. Going to the 8th verse, Lord Krishna says, Prakritim swamavashtabhya visrujami punah punah bhutagramamimam kritsnam avasham prakruter vashat. Prakritim swam avashtabhya, swam prakritim avashtabhya. Avashtabhya, controlling, ruling my prakriti. Lord Krishna says the prakriti is not in. I am independent. I willed my prakriti as I want. Wielding my prakriti, controlling my prakriti. Visrujami puna, again and again I create the universe. Again and again I fold it up. Again create, again fold it up. Punah punah means again and again, means what this is going on from the time beginningless, again and again and again. Bhutagramam imam krishnam bhutagramam, this entire host of all the beings, sentient and insentient. Bhuta means being. Bhavanti iti bhutani, those which come into being are called bhutas. Even Krishna, bhutagramam, the host of the bhutas, the group of the bhutas, the entire group, all the beings, sentient and insentient. Visrujami punah punah, I create them again and again, bring the manifestation again and again. Kalpakshe punastani visrujado. So, kalpa at the same time, at the end of kalpa, again I merge them, and so they come to manifest, unmanifest, manifest, unmanifest. The model of creation is similar to the model of our daily experience of waking and sleep. That we wake up, that is equivalent to the universe waking up, called creation. We go to sleep, the universe also goes to sleep. That is called pralaya, dissolution. Except that we take 24 hours to do that, and the universe may take 24 trillion years to do that. But it is cyclic. Avasham prakruter vashat. Lord Krishna says that this whole process, all beings are completely helplessly, all the beings are brought to manifestation. They remain manifest for a while, go to unmanifest, create, sustenance, dissolution. In all of them, what is created has no freedom at all. I willed my Prakriti bring all the beings into manifestation. For a while they remain manifest, become unmanifest in Pralaya, again became manifest in the Utpatti of creation. This whole process of creation, sustenance, dissolution goes on. In that, those that are created have no freedom, avasham. Meaning that I have no freedom to determine that I don't want to be created. Come on, so you have no choice. I go through that same cycle of creation, sustenance, dissolution. Avasham, prakriter vashat. Why is this being described? This picture of life is given to recognize how helpless we are. This is called bondage, this is called bandhanam, where I have no freedom at all. Avasham prakriter vashat. Prakriti means also my nature. All the time I am controlled by my nature. A dog is controlled by its nature, has no freedom to be someone other than the dog. A cat is controlled by nature, has no freedom to other than its nature. Is it not so? How does the dog respond is determined by the nature of the dog. How does the cat respond determined by the nature of the cat? How do I respond determined by my nature? How do you respond determined by your nature? Avasham, Lord Krishna says, all the beings are controlled by their nature. They are helplessly controlled by the nature. Swamiji, is that our fate? Well, human being has the possibility that he can extricate himself from this process and become free. Other creatures have no freedom at all. That their nature controls them and they behave as controlled by the instinct, by nature. And mostly human being also behaves like that. Prakritim yanti bhutani nigraha kim karishyati. The third chapter also this question was raised. Arjuna asked Lord Krishna, Atha ke prayuktoyam papam charati purusha anichanna vivarshanaya baladiva niyojita. Why does this person like Bhagavan? Why does this person perform a papa and then regrets? I use harsh words and person gets hurt and then I regret. At that time, of course, I had no freedom. It is my nature that controlled me to say certain things, to behave in a certain way. Avasham prakrtir vashat. Here Lord Krishna is giving us a whole picture for us to see how we are helplessly being controlled by our nature and living life that way from one embodiment to the other. This is to give the picture of samsara so that we can get disgusted with this. Bhagavan, I don't want this. What sort of a life is this that I am always being controlled by my nature? I have no freedom at all. This is being described in this way so that in our mind this kind of feeling will arise, I don't want this. I get disgusted with this picture. But When I don't have the whole picture, I live moment by, then I don't get the whole picture. Here Lord Krishna is giving the whole picture, so we stand apart and see the whole life. How? I was brought into creation, and I was sustained for a while, merged back. In all that process, I have no freedom. And what controls me? It is my nature of Prakriti that controls me. Other creatures have no freedom, but human being has the freedom to see this process. And I can ask myself, how can I extricate myself from this process of being manipulated all the time, controlled all the time by my nature, by Prakriti? Oh Lord, I want to become free. So in order for this desire to arise in us, that, hey, I want to become free from this process that is going on from the time beginning, and they'll go on if I don't do something about it. That Lord Krishna is describing this process to create in us this motivation to extricate myself from this process of helplessness and become free. So, in the process of describing creation, sustenance, etc., Lord Krishna is describing, giving us an idea of the life. And that way, also creating an idea in our mind of what's happening, and therefore a motivation to become free from this process of bondage. Okay, we'll take a break here and come back in about 20 minutes, 11:35 we'll come back here.